All right, welcome in everybody. My man here, Manny, is alongside me, rocking the Inter Miami badge, as am I. We have a massive game today against Nashville, kind of a redemption game, I would say, for sure, after that embarrassing loss, in the playoffs last year. But Miami's kicking off the season well, a lot better than last year as well. They were 0-5 to start the season, and now we're 1-1, looking like one of the better attacking sides in the league off of set pieces. And I mean, a whole different turnaround with this new team in charge, and Neville and Henderson bringing in. It's just been amazing, and now we're headed to Nashville. I'm a lot more confident than I probably would have been if we would have lost to Philly. But even with all the people that are potentially out, we will talk about that coming up. Lineups could be released during the show, but my feelings going into this game are good. I don't necessarily expect 3 points, but I expect a good matchup, and at least I'd come away with Nashville with a draw with all these injuries and reasons for people to be out, and I'd be happy with a point, and I honestly think they can exceed that. So a lot of good feelings going into this game against Nashville. I know Vice City's out there representing strong as always. Best fans in the league. I continue to say it. They do a freaking phenomenal job. I almost cursed there. They do fantastic, and shout out to you guys for that. Manny, what are your thoughts going into this game, man? I mean, just off the dome. What are we thinking?
Afternoon, my friend. Afternoon, Inter Miami fans. Listen, it's one of those days that if 2 weeks ago after the loss to LA, you probably told yourself, man, I don't feel good going to Philly. I don't feel good going to Nashville. Listen, being down 1-0 on the road in Philly last week, and you were able to somehow still take control of the match, have control, have the patience, and just being able to go through it, man, and just take advantage of those, key plays that in the first half, they didn't go our way, right? You had Robbie Robinson had a clear shot in the first couple of minutes. He didn't score on that. I still have no idea how the ball didn't even get on target. But before I get into all that, we have so much news breaking in the world of soccer, man. I just want to condone and give credit to those Manchester United fans, not for, the pushing on the police. Listen, that's going to happen. But for the protest that happened, I feel like if you're going to do something like that, you need to let it be known in a way where nobody gets hurt or injured. And I feel like listen, I'm not the Old Trafford gatekeeper, but I'm pretty sure a gate was left open. And that's perfectly fine. That's one way for you to go out there and to show your frustration. So, and I condone that. As long as nobody gets hurt and whatnot. And also, congratulations to our very own Alex Dono, Inter Italy fan. They finally won I believe their 19th Scudetto or something 19th. Like that.
First in 11 years.
First in 11 years. And I have no idea what Juventus have done this year. They're at what, like not even 20-something points behind the lead. So just wanted to let that be known. I listen. I saw that. I woke up this morning and it was like, wow, like that to me shows it's just more than just a sport, right? And that's the thing that I hope that a lot of fans, as they get drawn into Inter Miami CF, especially down here, they kind of get it to know that it's not just a pitch. It's about the fans involved. It's about the community and it's about the city. And I feel like this game, once again, after you being, embarrassed last year, leaving 3-0, your coach got fired. A lot of things happened. You once again have an opportunity to, when Philly did it to you and you countered it last week, today you have another opportunity to go out there and, take control of a game and, possibly win it on the road. Would I be upset if they tied? No, because listen, when you get 4 points out of 6 on the road in back-to-back weeks, that's already kind of hard to do. But you win today, Inter Miami. You win today. You will be, I believe, in third spot. You would have jumped Orlando at 5 and Montreal at 5. You would have, I believe, 6 points if you win today. So that's third place. So I don't know what more motivation you might need. My prayers and condolences to the Higuain family. I just can't even imagine what they're going through with Mother's Day happening next week. I know by City and company, we're trying to do something for them, as a banner wise and whatnot. So we have been talking about that because at the end of the day, it is a sport, but we're all about family, man. And that's something that, listen, I know for them today, if they play, I'm not sure if they're in the starting lineups today. I'm still trying to see what the starting lineups are per se, right? They still have not been announced, but I could just imagine what type of week it was for them.
Yep.
And if you're a teammate of theirs, man, you want to win this for them. You want to go out there and you want to perform to your very best, and you want to make sure that they know, listen, I'm here for you, and we're gonna do this together as a team. And you know what, Phil Neville, man, I like his flow of play. I like his style. I thought last week the defense communicated much better.
Yeah.
There were
Figal
more.
was fantastic.
Figal was amazing. It's amazing what coaching does, right? Because last year, listen, nothing against Alonso, but Figal just had these moments where it felt like he wasn't yelled at for doing things wrong. This season, for the only 2 games that we've watched that have counted, it's just amazing to watch what a player of his caliber can do. Move up and down and being able to just communicate and be organized in the back. And that's all we wanted was from this team in week 2, just to be more organized. Because in week 1, they were not. By the way, did you see Chicharito scoring all those goals again? I mean,
yes,
I don't feel that bad.
I did see that.
I don't feel that's bad anymore.
I don't either, dude. No, I don't either. And the thing is, too, it sucked that it happened against Miami, the 2 goals, and I was like, damn. And then he goes on and scores a hat trick, and now I'm kind of happy for him because, I'm a United fan. He's one of the reasons I started liking United. So it's cool to see. It sucks that he beat us, but listen, that's 1 game out of 34, baby. We got a long season ahead. So the LA Galaxy game, in the end, if we make the playoffs, it's forgotten about. Chicharito did his thing. You happy for him, whatever. But I want to get to what you were talking about with the team news. Basically, we have potentially no Higuain brothers today after you just mentioned the unfortunate passing of their mother. We all send our deepest condolences. I can't even imagine what that's like. Also, Phil Neville in a press conference this week announced that Pizarro was in Mexico to go get his green card. So he was potentially out, but I have seen that he has made his way to Nashville. He posted a story last night, and he posted a story today on his Instagram with his jersey in the locker room. So Pizarro is here. And then also,
you know that he wants to be out there.
For the
Higuain brothers, for sure.
100%. He wants to be out there. And then also, Robbie Robinson and Julian Carranza are probably out. I know they said Julian Carranza was feeling flu-like symptoms, had nothing to do with COVID, tested negative, but he was feeling pretty under the weather, probably not able to go. And not same with Robbie Robinson, but Robbie Robinson is probably not able to go after he had a muscle injury at the end of the first half in the Philadelphia game. So that if Pizarro was out, you rule out almost your entire front line instead of Morgan, and it would have been tough. Even today, without the Higuain brothers, I still am not sure what they're going to do. Without Robbie Robinson, I'm not sure what they're going to do. I posted a potential starting lineup on my Twitter. I don't know if you are able to pull that up, Mandy, but I posted what I thought would be able to happen. And Phil Neville's, this is where I guess you get tested as a manager. After a great performance last week as a manager for what Phil Neville did, making those timely substitutions, putting Figal out as a right back later on in the game, taking off Pizarro, and that's what ultimately won us the game. Here's another major test. You're not down anything, but this is another major test, and this is what I think is going to happen. So I think you see the same back line. I don't think Shawcross gets the start, not just yet. I think Leardom has done well to keep the starting job at right back. Figal shouldn't go out there. Matuidi is probably going to be named captain. They said he would switch Gregori next to him. Pizarro, since he's there, it's the number 10. And up front, this is where it gets interesting. Robbie Robinson has been one of our best players thus far. The first 135 minutes he played on the left wing, for me, other than Figal, he's been our best performer. And now he's out, and you have nobody really else other than the 17-year-old Dominican international Edison Azcona out on the left wing that could really replace him. I know Jay Chapman came on for him, but I did not like what I saw, so I would expect Azcona out there. We've seen Josh Penn come on in the Galaxy game on the right side, playing as an inverted winger, using his favored left foot. And then, like I said, Pizarro behind. And I guess you'd make Morgan like the number 9. I don't know what else you would do with Robbie Robinson out, Higuain out, and Julian Carranza out. There's no other number 9 on the roster. Does Morgan get the number 9 role? We saw him play in a 4-4-2 a little bit under Alonso next to Higuain up top. He's got that, he's got the quality to do it, I would say, over anybody else on this roster, and he's the person I would trust most. So this is what I think they might go with. I could be totally wrong. Maybe, there's more of a traditional style 4-3-3. Pizarro goes out wide and you play Ulloa or Chapman in the midfield next to Matuidi and Gregory. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, everybody's been kept in the dark about this. We don't even know who exactly is available. Pizarro, the only reason we know he's there is because of an Instagram story. So we're going to have to see what's going to happen. I expect lineups to be coming out not too long. And another thing too, Manny, did you know the game was actually on ESPN today, like the true ESPN?
I did not. And then I'm here watching, by the way, another win for Lewis Hamilton. Jesus, that's like number 97. I saw that ESPN was promoting it out of nowhere. And I'm like, what? Really? I can watch this game on national television? Let's go.
National television.
So no, I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm happy with it. We're still waiting on lineups. Inter Miami are always late with this. Every MLS club is. But I mean, in reality, I want to talk about Nashville too. You know, if you and me both remember, Nashville were one of the strongest defensive teams in the league last year.
They've allowed 4 goals already through.
Right, but not only that, but on the attacking front, they have one of the highest expected goals rates in the entire league. They've been expected to score over 6 goals this season. They've scored 4, which is good, but the XG stat, they've been one of the highest in the league. They've had some of the most chances, most shots on target. They have been a very good attacking side. Yonder Cadiz, Henry Mukhtar, Randall Leal have been really good for them, and I think they still will be good defensively. But our defense is going to have to be really good against a side who scored 4 goals in 2 games and is really putting a ton of shots on target. John McCarthy is going to be tested yet again. He was tested against Philadelphia. He was tested against the Galaxy. He's going to be tested again. For now, for me, he's like 1-1 in those games. He was good against Philly, not good against the Galaxy. This is it, man. This is where you are going to be tested. I know he's going to be tested. LGP and Figo are going to have to be pretty dominant, but we're also going to have to press their back line that consists of Walker Zimmerman.
So, Austin, real quick. So, just to kind of get back to where I think the way that Miami should play today. Obviously, you don't have Higuain, or we obviously don't know yet. But obviously, you don't have Robbie Robinson. So, those are 2 key factors going up front that you're not going to have. So, one thing that I learned as a young player when I was playing Pee Wee soccer was our coach always said the younger guy is always going to be quicker. The younger guy is going to have all this type of emotions and speed. He might not have the patience. He might not have the pause that you need during the game, but you know he's going to be excited. You know they're going to want to go out there and run. So knowing if we have Pizarro in the middle with Matuidi in the back and Gory there, those 3 guys to me, why not play an invite game, invite Nashville to push forward, and you use the young guys to run counters the other way.
Yeah.
Use Pizarro as that key factor in the middle once he gets the ball back from the back, if there's an opportunity.
So basically the first half against LA Galaxy.
Basically for the first half, yes, the first half against LA Galaxy. I'm not saying to leave it wide open on the sides either. Play that constructive defense, move side to side, keep your man in front, noticing the runs that are happening behind you because, listen, Nashville has conceded 4 goals, but they've still also have had chances, but they haven't had the luck yet. So that's the way that I would attack it, because if you're going to start with these 2 youngsters up front, they're going to have legs, man. They're going to be excited. They're going to go out there and make runs. Why not invite Nashville into your side while still being able to, like just stay in front of them and then just use the counterattacks with Pizarro going forward. That's what I will do in the first half, see how it turns out to be. And then obviously, we don't know what the game is after 45. Things could change. But that's the way that I would approach it if I was Phil.
I think I really agree with you there. I think that's a good idea. And what's crazy is if we were to talk tactics last year under Diego Alonso, I would just be like, yo, I don't know what's gonna happen. Just make sure you don't concede. But now under Phil Neville, I'm like, look, I think that he actually has, this locker room in wraps to where he can say certain instructions, give certain game plans, and it'll actually go through the team. And for us to be having this discussion is not something we would have had last year.
Nope,
I think that this team is organized and constructive enough to have certain game plans at certain times within games, approaching games differently with the same consistency and cohesiveness. Like everything can work out if you stick to a game plan. And I think that I trust Phil Neville to make the right decision at this point. Now, with the depleted lineup that we have, you obviously have to have this game tactically figured out, because that's what it really comes down to. You don't have the quality on the pitch that you normally would with the Higuains there, or actually what Robbie Robinson has been doing all year. Like it's not there. So you have to try and do your best to figure this game out tactically. And I like the counterattacking game. If you have this young guy in Edison Escona, who's 17, played for the Dominican national team, and Josh Ben, who just got drafted, is eager to get on the pitch, Lewis Morgan as a number 9, like they're going to want to get up and down, then play the counterattacking game. You trust Matuidi, you trust Gregory to protect the back line. They've done pretty good so far and not conceding too many goals. So I agree with this counterattacking play. I see Escona there. I see Chapman there. I see Leardom there. So, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out.
I'm like here waiting to see like a specific player.
So still, is that Carranza?
That looked like Carranza to me.
Breck Shea's there. Wow, that's an interesting one. Breck Shea being there is interesting. He wasn't in the first 2 match days because of an injury. He was not in preseason, a lot of the preseason training times because of an injury. Thank you, Lewis Morgan, for the wink. I really appreciate that. But Breck Shea being there is actually very noteworthy. That's somebody that you could play either at left back or at left wing. Him and Jovan Jones can be on that left side together. Maybe screw the Ascona stuff, even though I really want to see Edison Ascona play. I think he's freaking amazing. But that's something that is a possibility. A lot of people were giving that suggestion to me about Breck Shea, and I just had no update on his injury. I don't think anybody in the press asked Neville in this press conference about Shea and his availability for this game, which makes me really want to be there in those press conferences because, it's getting to a point where I'm not getting the information that I want. But, we're still working on that. But, yeah, Breck Shea being there, that's actually pretty big. I don't know if he'll be in the side or if he's just traveling. I don't.
By the way, a quick update on what's going on in England, because as we all know now, it's definitely worldwide news. Yeah. The kickoff for 12:30 is not happening. It's not been confirmed. There still seems to be a lot of protesters going along the streets waiting for the Manchester United bus to leave the hotel, but that is not going to happen according to Sky Sports.
Yeah, no, there's no.
By the way, on a summer note, happy birthday to our very own man David Beckham.
Yeah,
happy birthday to him. Let's get that W for our man that made it possible here. Besides Jorge Mas, right?
Happy birthday to David Beckham, a Manchester United and now Inter Miami hero.
Don't you forget Real Madrid,
legend.
Man. Don't you forget Real Madrid, man. How do you do that?
Sure, Real Madrid. Look, we can appreciate him in all aspects. We have Manchester United, man. We have Real Madrid, we have Inter together. I mean, no
wonder me and you can do shows like this, man.
Yeah, exactly. Because of David Beckham.
I'm gonna jump with a high knee and just like freaking Nani did to Arbeloa to get that card, bro.
Oh man,
I'm here just trying to search for these starting lineups. By the way,
so I am.
In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just trying to see what the starting lineups will be. But I highly doubt they'll come out anytime soon. Either way,
they usually come out at least. I mean, I don't know. That's why I have this problem with American sports, dude. They don't kick off on time. They don't kick off on time.
In Europe, at least for me, when I watch Real Madrid, they always come out an hour before kickoff.
Right, always. On the dot.
Always.
On the dot.
Yeah, 100%. You don't have time to make any adjustments. Like, you got to send it in.
Yeah.
But the MLS, it just seems like they probably know about it already, but like, no, let's just wait before we announce it. And I'm like, dude, what the heck is this? Like, people got to work.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When it comes to the Panthers, like, do you know who the starting line is when
So we have... For example, there's always a pregame conference, so the coach will answer questions. Like if there were 3 or 4 players that were on the fringe of being injured or coming back, you will ask coach, and coach will tell you he's in, he's out, he's hurt, right? So then you can kind of already picture in your mind what the game is going to look like that night, and because he's basically telling you this, an hour or two before puck drop, right? It's not like Phil Neville, like what the game's at 1. Okay, if he came on and at 11 and said, well, Higuaín didn't make the trip, this didn't make the trip, we brought Shea, we brought that, then me and you can kind of picture what the lineup could be. Right. But MLS doesn't do those things.
No.
Right? And so then once, in hockey, let's say for example, once Coach Q tells you and he answers you your questions per se, you can kind of write up your idea what the lineup's going to be, and then everything comes out, I believe, 15 minutes before puck drop.
Interesting. And the same thing with like start times.
Starting lineups are out. Starting lineups are out. Let me put it up before I go with it for you one by one so you can see. All I saw was Pizarro was in and I was excited.
Okay, good.
All right, here we go.
You have it up there?
Oh, up top. PC up top.
There
we go.
Okay.
4, 2, 3, 1. PC up top, Chop in the middle, Morgan to the right, you load to the left.
Shawcross, Figo out. Okay.
Oh, so they move Figo to the far. Oh, wow.
So hold on. Let me.
I guess I want Figo to.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think about this. I think that this is not necessarily a 4-2-3-1. I think this is a 4-3-3. Ulloa in the midfield and Pizarro as a false 9.
I totally agree.
I think that Ulloa's not playing as a left winger.
I don't see Pizarro playing the whole game up front like that, though.
No, right? Not at all.
You're going to need him to back up to maintain that possession going forward.
So I think actually Jay Chapman would be out on the left. Ujoa would be
Yes,
down in the
and
middle.
then Morgan will probably be up and down depending on what they want to do during the game.
But we have seen a back line change now. It's Nico Figal, Ryan Shawcross, and LGP and Jovan Jones. Kelvin Leardom has been dropped. And I first, like in my first ever prediction, which happened 2 days ago, I said that Figal could potentially play out there and Shawcross could start. And here it is.
You called
it is. So, wow.
So no Higuain. No, well, let me see how the bench is.
What does the bench look like? Breck Shea's there.
Breck Shea's there. Makuna, obviously, Penn. Leardom, Robinson. Robinson's there. Yeah, Robbie Robinson's
I doubt that he gets play time. Personally.
No Higuain, which, hey, it makes a whole lot of sense. So, but hey, let's go out there and we'll win it for him, man. And his brother, obviously. But
I'm very interested.
You know what? These MLS starting lineups to me, it always feels like it's forced. It's like, oh wait, here you go. Let's make it known what we're trying to do, and then obviously we know once the ball gets kicked off, for all we know, this can be a 4-4-2. Like I don't really even know about it yet. We don't, 100%. Yeah. So, but this right here gives you an idea of who's going to be on the field, right? So to me, listen, after 10 minutes, we'll see if they stay like this. I highly doubt it because obviously you don't have that firepower up front. And you cannot sustain 90 minutes of trying to possess going forward with players that have yet even had an opportunity to play not even 30 minutes. So you just got to see how the game flows, how's it going. But that's how, if I'm Coach Phil, that's how I would approach it. Invite Nashville in, stay in front, communicate. And I think Figal's on that side because, of course, you have Leo, who's really quick as hell. I mean, we saw him play last year against us in that bad match of the playoffs.
Yeah.
He just kept beating us on that side, and thank God that player is not there anymore. So listen, that to me it makes sense. You want your guy with the quickest legs, quickest reaction that's going to be able to react instead of overthink. So I would see why he would push Figal that way. But Jay, just invite Nashville in and see what happens the first 5-10 minutes. And if Jones is not working on there, you can always have Breck Shea, come in the second half.
Right. And when I look at this Nashville team, the three names I mentioned, Cadiz, Mukhtar, and Randall Leal are all there. Max McCarty's there. Walker Zimmerman's there. I mean, it's gonna be a very tough game. And when I'm looking at this Inter Miami lineup, it just looks very unfamiliar. So
yeah,
I'm interested to see what Phil Neville has in store. But this is what I do expect is a 4-3-3. Chapman out on the left, Pizarro as a false 9 dropping in, and Ulloa right there in between the center backs with Gregory and Matuidi. I like the Figal start. I do. I think, the 4 minutes. I mean, it took him 4 minutes as a right back to get an assist, right? So right after the substitution was made when Shawcross came on, Figal gets an assist, moves up and down the wing. Shawcross looks good, by the way. He looked big, he looked physical, he looked sturdy, and that's actually a person that you need to have back there when you're playing against a guy like Cadiz, who is a big physical striker. So I like the idea of it. I don't think that Leardom has been bad. I just think that Figal can be better, and that's why the decision was made by Phil Neville. So we are gonna have to see. This will be very interesting. Man, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm excited. I'm excited because I think
last week I predicted a 2-1 win. I didn't know we were going to be down 1-0. I did say Higuain was going to score and Pizarro, but hey, one out of 2 is not bad. I feel like we return with a 1-1.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 1-1. I'm gonna keep it positive because of the way that we played defense last week. And when we were up 2-1, there were some scary moments, but guess what? The ball didn't end up in the back of the net, and you didn't have 2 guys committing to 1 guy, right? That's called practice, tape, preparation, organization.
Yeah.
Those things were not there the first week against LA. So that's why I'm looking at this game, and I'm like, well, listen, if you can control these guys up front without giving them much space, and then you kind of see how the game goes, listen, I have no reason to believe that we'll give up, like a handsome Beckham amount of goals today. Okay. That's why I say 1-1. If you're down 1-0 early, though, that's really going to change the game plan because now you want to get that goal, you want to get that point. How much do you push forward? Do you tell Robbie Robinson, hey, can you play 10 minutes?
Right.
Can you play 15? Right? I'm telling you, soccer to me is the one game that, yes, in football you have timeouts. In baseball, you stop after every inning. In hockey, you stop after the whistle. Soccer time keeps going. It keeps rolling. So you as a manager, okay, in minute 10, I'll see where I'm at. In minute 20, how are we doing? In minute 30, okay, what adjustments do I need to make at halftime? This is why this game to me is so beautiful. And that's why I hope that if you're not yet a soccer fan or an Inter Miami fan, you can kind of understand the complexity that it is to be a soccer coach. Because as the game goes, an injury can happen right away. You can't go to the ref. Hey, timeout. Can my guy warm up? No. Hey, guys, start warming up right now.
Right.
It's such a complex game that people I wish can see that side of it.
Yeah. I like your.
Listen. What I've seen out of Phil Neville, I trust the man. Let's see how he does. Let's take the game in 10-minute increments, 10 minutes, 20th minute. Let's see how it goes. If you're being attacked, and you have 0 goals after 25 minutes, you got to feel good about it. So, let's see how it goes.
I like your 1-1 prediction, but I'm actually going to say this will be Nashville's third 2-2 game in a row. I think it's going to end 2-2. Okay. So I think Pizarro and Morgan score, and Mukhtar and Dax McCarty score. There you go. 2-2. Cool.
Will you be around for post?
Yeah, I'll be here for post.
Post? Awesome.
You'll be here for post?
We'll do it. Yeah. I will do like a quick 5-10 minutes.
I might be on my phone, but we'll see.
That's fine.
All right,
boys. All right. Let's get that 1 point. 3 best 1 point. By the way, again, if Inter Miami win today, you will have a total of 6 points. You would be jumping Orlando and Montreal for 3rd place. I mean, that's a heck of a start in only 3 matches. It's a tough task today, but it's not impossible. So.
Right. Yeah. And you have to keep in mind 2 away games, 1 game against the probable MLS MVP. So that it's a good start, definitely compared to last year. So hopefully they can go
I'm hoping that Seattle just destroys LA tonight. That's I cannot stand LA Galaxy fans.
Man,
I guess my relationship with the LAFC supporters when we first played last season is still so heartfelt. We hate the Galaxy even more now.
Yeah. All right, well, you heard it here first. Thanks so much for tuning in. 1-1 for Manny, 2-2 for me, but hopefully Inter Miami come away with 3 points, and we're both proven wrong. So let's get this win out there in Nashville, and shout out to the Vice City boys for being out there. Vamos Inter Miami, baby.
We'll see you for posts.